This week in Jamaica Now, DPP rules no criminal charges should be laid against a policewoman accused of trimming a Rastafarian teen in police lockup. British royals Prince William and the Duchess of Cambridge coming to Jamaica. New parliamentary year begins with pageantry and puff. Hotel mogul Adam Stewart kicks off social media spat over vaccination preference and mask mandate. Minister Marion Hall, formerly Lady Saw, walking away from her calling. Then her St. Anne property is now up for sale to compensate her helper after a dog bite almost 13 years ago. And JPS contractor electrocuted in Trenchtown succumbs to injuries. I'm Damian Mitchell, and this is Jamaica Now. There were mixed reactions this week as the Director of Public Prosecutions, DPP Paula Llewellyn, ruled that the policewoman accused of cutting the dreadlocks of Rastafarian teen Nzinga King should not be charged. The Independent Commission of Investigations, INDECOM, had also arrived at a similar opinion. King, a 19-year-old student from Lioneltown in Clarendon, alleged that her dreadlocks were trimmed by the policewoman while in custody at the Four Paths police station in Clarendon last year. But the DPP says based on witness statements collected and Nzinga's contradictory accounts, there were serious credibility issues. And following the DPP's ruling, this video emerged on social media of the moment last year when she was taken into custody for disorderly conduct and failing to wear a mask in public. British royals Prince William and the Duchess of Cambridge, Kate, are slated to visit Jamaica in March as part of a Caribbean tour to mark the Platinum Jubilee of Queen Elizabeth II. The Gleaner first reported this week that the couple is expected to arrive next month, although the details of the visit have not been announced. In November, the heir to the throne, Prince Charles, attended a ceremony in Barbados to bid farewell to the British monarch as head of state. The couple's visit comes months ahead of the 60th anniversary of Jamaica's independence from the British in August. In 2000 and 2008, Prince Charles visited Jamaica, and in 2012, Prince Harry visited. The new parliamentary year got underway with the usual pageantry on Thursday, although only a few political supporters turned out to watch their representatives march down Duke Street. But amid the march in the radiant morning sun, there was drama on one end as opposition parliamentarians protested the decision of Central Westmoreland MP George Wright to walk with their party. Mr. Wright had resigned from the JLP last year amid allegations that he was involved in a physical attack with his partner Tanisha Singh. The police said a report was made against him, but the complainant refused to give a statement and so he could not be prosecuted. Meanwhile, Mr. Wright wants the opposition leader to say sorry.
I would like a public apology from Mr. Mark.
And I don't see why I should apologize to him, because I haven't said anything that's worthy of an apology.
As a member of parliament, I'm entitled to the march, and once you are not sitting on the government side, it means that you are sitting on the opposition side. So you have to march on the opposition side, right? And he was saying that someone must have sent me, but as a leader who wants to lead this country, it's very much, it doesn't look good
If he's maintaining he's independent, which is a farce and is a lie and is a deception because he's not, he should have walked independently of us. We are the opposition. Yes. He doesn't vote with the opposition. He's not part of the opposition. He votes with the government. He should really be up with them.
The government is proposing to spend some $912 billion for the 2022-2023 financial year. Sandals boss Adam Stewart was trending on Twitter for 2 straight days this week as he fueled a firestorm over Jamaica's COVID response. On Monday, he was in a spat with noted psychologist Dr. Lakem Samaj. It began when Samaj responded to Stewart's Twitter poll showing 80% disapproval for keeping children in mask mandates for 6 to 8 hours a day. Stewart, the executive chairman of Sandals Resorts International, had polled followers on whether it is healthy and right, considering that Jamaica is now dealing with the less harmful COVID variant Omicron. On Monday, Samaj replied, quote, "Do we have a choice to pee or not to pee in the swimming pool, Adam Stewart?" End quote. The response of the top Sandals executive was swift. "Doc, you have a reputation to be a class act psychologist. Rather than posturing as an epidemiologist, why don't you focus your efforts on helping so many out there who have lost all mental strength and the will to survive? Please fact-check me on my own personal efforts to help others," he tweeted. It set off an avalanche of reactions, many unflattering of Stewart. A day earlier, Stewart had taken to Twitter to criticize Health Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton, taking issue with his utterance that the government will be discriminating against unvaccinated people. According to Dr. Tufton, there will be a calendar of events and only vaccinated people will be allowed to attend. Minister Marian Hall, the dancehall icon turned Christian, has announced that she is walking away from her calling. Hall, known in the dancehall space as Lady Saw, made the announcement on Instagram on Tuesday and started trending almost instantly. "May the Lord forgive me," she wrote. Hall also conceded that her detractors, both Christians and non-Christians, had won. And the Gleaner this week reported that a St. Anne property belonging to Minister Hall is now being advertised for sale to recover $3 million ordered by the Supreme Court in compensation for a 68-year-old woman who was bitten by the entertainer's dogs in September 2009. The woman was her helper. In June 2020, the court ordered that the property must not be sold for less than $60 million on the open market to settle the judgment. Hall was also given an option to pay the award in installments. The court said she could pay $1 million before July 30, 2020 to the claimant's attorneys and then agreed to a payment plan for the balance of the money. Failure to comply would result in the property being sold. The Jamaica Public Service Company JPS contractor who was electrocuted by power lines in Trenchtown last week has died. Ainsley Scott had been hospitalized since the incident on Wednesday, February 2. Scott, who was employed to M&O Traders, one of the JPS's emergency response contractors, was responding to a customer issue in the community with a colleague when the incident occurred. Residents reported that Scott was seen on fire atop a pole, hanging upside down and helpless. The JPS says it was profoundly saddened by Scott's passing and expressed condolences to his family, loved ones, and colleagues. The company also expressed gratitude for the bravery and selfless help of residents who came to Scott's assistance. The Trelawney woman arrested in connection with the seizure of 13 firearms and more than 500 rounds of ammunition in Florence Hall Village, Falmouth, has now been charged. 31-year-old Shawnee Armstrong, a hairdresser of Pertwell Crescent in Florence Hall in the parish, has been charged with illegal possession of firearm and ammunition. Armstrong was arrested during a targeted police operation. The police say 10 rifles, 2 submachine guns, 1 handgun, and 525 assorted rounds of ammunition were seized. An alleged gangster who had been on bail in a criminal matter was shot dead during the operation. And that's it for this edition of Jamaica Now, your weekly review of the big news stories. Send us your comments at onlinefeedback@gleanerjm.com. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Jamaica Gleaner and on Facebook at Gleaner Jamaica. Like this video on our YouTube page, subscribe today and turn on your notifications. I'm Damian Mitchell, and before we go, how a Clarendon man lost his job and his girlfriend taking care of his sick mom.
So now my life just for 2 years and 4 months now, we just stuck one place. Cannot move, cannot gain, cannot get nothing. You understand, I have to give up so much. But I'm happy I'm here with her and she's still alive, but sometimes I just feel like saying no bother. Well, in 2000 90. I first moved here to the country to come and get a better life and thing. And then she was in the Spanish town with my son. My son is like 8, 10 years old. But she get this heart disease named angina and develop high blood pressure and so on. So at the time she was in the hospital, like because her child them tie up, she wasn't getting take care of because only 2 of us she have and the other son. Him not really, play a part in it. So I have to take her up here from out the hospital, carry her here. I'm living in a little one room over there, ply room. I have to take her in there with me, sleep in there. I was here with my partner and she has to leave me because of the situation. I was working, I have to stop because my mother come first. So when she come here now, I try and get together with the help of a church or Adventist church, and they help me build this, put up this thing here, but it's not finished. But the only difficulties part is I have to stay here and look after her. I have to cook her meals every day. I wash for her, everything. So I can't get a chance to go work because nobody is not, everybody have their own thing and them can't come and look after her. So it's hard. You understand? I'm not working and then I have to keep finding meal for her, like to keep her up. You understand me? Because she's the main thing. So I'm here now just trying to see how the best I can do. But it's really rough because I have a auntie over there too. It's rough to said way. Sometimes I have to give a helping hand same way.